people often use the term a home away from home when they feel connected to a place that isn't their norm. For me, I have two places I call home. My home overseas is a small town called Rebredosa in Porto, Portugal, a whole 19,000 kilometres away from here. It is my dad's hometown, the birth town of my brother, and the neighbouring town my mother grew up in. It was the first home my parents bought together before they decided to move to Australia. Stone bricks cover the outside of the house, and each neighbour is merely separated by a thin wall. It doesn't look like much on the outside, but on the inside it holds memories that condition who I am to this day. After my mother gave birth to me in Australia, my family and I moved back to Portugal. They hoped to create a better life for us with the benefit of having family a little bit closer to home. The first 3 years of my life were spent in the proximity of my place of significance. It was here that I learnt my first language, something that has kept me connected to my heritage throughout my entire life. I learnt to walk, talk and socialise in this town, and that will forever remain a connection in my life. These experiences connect me to country. Country is more than just the land we live upon or the environment that surrounds us. It is one's family, one's culture and their own identity. Country is made up of you. It's yourself. It's completely up to you. I have been able to connect to this town through ceremonies and experiences, and I have been given what some people would call the right to dual citizenship. But to me, this is more so a gift. I have been allowed to experience the world on the other side, a side that is much less privileged in wealth, but to me, richer in soul. It was in Rebredosa that I made my first friendships. I learned the value of having people around you who loved you. Regardless of whether I knew it at the time, I am able to now return every few years and reconcile these relationships. These relationships make up my journey to understanding my connection to country and allow me to appreciate the little things that life has to offer. These big events in my life make up my own lived experiences. They make up lived experiences which have allowed me to connect to country. Country is made up of land that holds stories and experiences within itself. While studying Indigenous Aboriginal culture, I have been able to notice connections between my own place of significance and the practices of Aboriginal Australians. My place of significance has played a part in my learning and growth throughout my life, which is how I see country as purposeful. I know that each time I return, I am welcomed, and for that, I am grateful for Rebredosa being a part of my life. I am connected to country.